And in international news, the yen reached a record high against the dollar today to levels not seen since World War II, as fears are mounting that the situation at the Fukushima nuclear power plant in Japan could worsen. In Tokyo's morning trade, the dollar was at 79.76 yen as traders repatriated foreign funds back to Japan. The country's Minister of Economics, Kaoru Yosano, said the yen's rise to a record high against the dollar was very speculative. According to analysts, the yen's rapid advance could damp the Japanese economy further. While the yen saw strong upward momentum, Japanese stocks tumbled. The Nikkei index fell 1.4% in Tokyo today.
I think Japan is probably, or the FSA is probably correct in identifying speculation as the larger risk for currencies. And I think that's really going to tell us a lot about how they're going to manage their currency policy. As in recent months and years, or since the global financial crisis, the pattern that we've seen from the Ministry of Finance is to really step in when they see moves being driven by speculators and not by fundamental repatriation. So I think it's really in that instance that the government is going to take action.
Japan's devastating earthquake and deepening nuclear crisis could result in losses of up to $200 billion, that's according to a report. The global impact, though, remains hard to predict 6 days after the disaster. Japan's nuclear crisis remains the focus of investors. White smoke or steam is rising from the Fukushima nuclear power complex now, with officials unable to say exactly what's causing it. The military is reportedly using helicopters and ships to drop water onto the reactors and stored nuclear fuel to try and stop it overheating. But according to local media, the first cooling attempt failed after dangerous levels of radiation were measured. Experts say the already massive cost estimates are likely to rise further. U.S. food prices shot up 3.9% in February, according to the government's latest wholesale data. Experts are warning, get used to higher food prices. Wholesale food prices posted their biggest monthly jump since 1974, according to the latest government data. Classic supply and demand is pushing up global prices of food staples like meat, dairy and grains. Wheat and corn costs alone are up 75% from a year ago. But this is not only a problem the US has to deal with. According to the World Bank, the higher food prices have pushed 44 million people under the poverty line in developing countries. Before we head back to news, let's take a quick look at the Asian equity, commodity and the currency markets. After that, Laura Buckle is back with the news. Have a good weekend.